Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Get ready for a mind bender. What if I told you that you have something major in common with the banana sitting on your kitchen counter? No, it's not that you both turn brown if you get bruised, although that's kind of true. It's something much, much deeper, written into the very code of your existence. You, a complex thinking, feeling human being, share about 60% of your DNA with a banana. I know, it sounds completely absurd, right? When you look in the mirror, you see eyes, a nose, arms, legs. You don't see a yellow peel or a mushy interior. So how on earth can we be over half banana, genetically speaking? Let's peel back the layers on this incredible piece of science, and I promise, by the end of this, you'll look at your fruit bowl in a whole new way. First things first, let's clear up what DNA actually is. Think of DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid, as the ultimate instruction manual for a living organism. It's a massive, incredibly long molecule that contains all the codes, or genes, needed to build and run a body. Whether it's the body of a human, a fly, a fish, or yes, a banana plant, the basic building blocks are the same. These instructions tell cells what to do, what proteins to make, and how to organize themselves. So when we say humans share 60% of their DNA with bananas, what does that actually mean? It doesn't mean that 60% of our body parts are identical to a banana's. That would be weird. Instead, it means that about 60% of our genes have a recognizable counterpart in the banana genome. These are what scientists call orthologous genes. They are genes in different species that evolved from a common ancestral gene. Think about it this way. All life on Earth, from the smallest bacterium to the largest blue whale, is believed to have evolved from a single common ancestor that lived billions of years ago. This ancient organism had a basic set of genes for carrying out the most fundamental tasks of life. I'm talking about the real essentials, things like cellular respiration, which is how cells make energy, DNA replication, so cells can divide and the organism can grow, and controlling the cell cycle, the process of a cell's life and death. These core processes are so vital that they've been conserved or kept across almost all forms of life over billions of years of evolution. A banana plant needs to breathe in its own plant-like way. It needs to repair its cells. It needs to process energy to grow and produce fruit. And guess what? So do we. So, a huge chunk of that 60% overlap is made up of these housekeeping genes. They're the genes responsible for the nuts and bolts of being alive at a cellular level. For example, we both have genes for building enzymes that break down sugars for energy. We both have genes that help build the structural components of our cells. These are universal, essential functions, and the genetic instructions for them haven't changed dramatically over eons. It's a beautiful reminder that we are all part of one big, interconnected family tree of life. Now you might be thinking, okay, but what about the other 40%? That's where the magic of diversity comes in. That remaining 40% of our DNA, and the corresponding part of the banana's DNA that doesn't match ours, is what makes us so different. Our unique genes are what code for things like building a complex nervous system, a brain, bones, muscles, and everything else that makes us distinctly human. Similarly, the banana's unique genes code for things like producing chlorophyll for photosynthesis, growing a stalk, developing a peel, and creating that sweet, fruity flavor. So while the foundational machinery is similar, the blueprints for the final product are wildly different. It's like two different buildings made with the same brand of bricks and mortar. One might be a skyscraper, and the other might be a cozy cottage. The core materials are the same, but the architectural plans, the unique genes, dictate the final, very different outcomes. And this isn't just a fun fact about bananas. This genetic similarity extends across the living world. We share about 96% of our DNA with chimpanzees, our closest living relatives. That's why the similarities are so obvious. We share around 85% with a mouse, which explains why they are so often used in medical research. We even share about 40% with a fruit fly. These percentages help scientists trace the evolutionary paths that connect all living things. The higher the percentage of shared DNA, the the more recently we shared a common ancestor. The fact that we share so much genetic information with a banana is a profound testament to the unity of life on Earth. It shows that the fundamental processes of life are remarkably conserved. It's a humbling thought, isn't it? We, who can ponder the universe, compose symphonies, and build spaceships, are running on a cellular operating system that has a lot in common with a simple piece of fruit. This knowledge also has practical applications. By studying these shared genes in simpler organisms like yeast or fruit flies, or even plants, scientists can learn about basic biological processes that are relevant to human health. Understanding how a gene works in a banana can sometimes provide clues about how a similar gene works in a human, potentially leading to breakthroughs in medicine. So, the next time you peel a banana for a snack, take a moment to appreciate your humble, distant cousin. You're holding a delicious, potassium-rich reminder of your deep evolutionary history. It's a symbol of your connection to the entire web of life on this planet. It's not an insult to be compared to a banana. It's a celebration of our shared biological heritage. We are all, in the most fundamental way, related. And that's not bananas, that's just beautiful science. Thanks so much for watching and for joining me on this deep dive into our fruity family tree. I hope this blew your mind just a little bit. If you enjoyed this video and want more fascinating science facts, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below with any other crazy science facts you know. I'd love to read them. Until next time, stay curious.